you know, that's cool.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, John, were you able to do both of them or?
Um, I just I haven't even done the first one,
Oh,
but
okay.
I looked at the assignment for the pivot project. It doesn't look like it's going to be that hard.
Cool. I can actually walk us through it. Give me a second. I'm opening them up. So
Yeah.
number 13 actually kind of sucked, not going to lie.
Yeah,
Yeah, 13 wasn't that fun.
All right.
I've been having problems. I think like my I've only been able to do a little bit, but the formula that I was using I think didn't work because it's referencing a formula and not an actual word. Is that
Yes and no. So one of the things they kind of hid in here that I didn't realize. So over here you have this lookup that's set up. Sorry. Do it this way. And the rep group is actually a formula here based on looking up this information over here. So you have to populate this rep lookup group box in order to actually do the assignment. And nowhere in there does it actually call that out. So if a rep is missing, it's actually considered in-house. And so the idea here is for your sales group, I'm sorry, I think, yes, for the sales group, if I can collect one cell, you have to look at the month, the year, and the sales rep group. And for your sum ifs, and then for your year to date, you're looking at anything that's less than or equal to this month in this date for the sales rep group.
Yeah. Yep. I'm just kind of looking through numbers just to see if we're the same. It looks like our numbers are the same. So I think I probably got my formulas probably similar to yours. I don't know. I guess when I just did mine, I was referencing. What did I do? I guess I'm looking through this and I didn't even look at really the sales rep at all. Like that lookup, the rep lookup. I guess I didn't even really reference that. I only referenced the in-house and the broker and the in. Like I didn't even worry about who the rep was.
So what cell did you pull it from? Because it's designed to do this rep group. And if you don't populate this table over here, it doesn't pull anything.
I just pulled it off of that direct. Well, I just pulled it directly off of that AC stuff. So here, let me show you. I can. Maybe I just was too simple or something with it, but.
Tony? When you say populate that table, what do you mean?
So when I opened this up today, this was blank.
It was blank on yours?
Yeah.
This right here, this rep group was blank for you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not blank for me.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't blank for me either.
Then maybe I deleted it and I was just stupid. Because I actually had to copy it off of the video today because when I was looking initially, it was blank. So maybe I did something screwed up and didn't realize it.
Okay. Yeah, because mine are... So my sum ifs that I have... Oh, this is the other one. The sum ifs that I have are just based off of... Right here, off of AC. Just that column AC.
Cool. Okay.
So, okay, cool. And then the standard deviation was fine, and the average unit price, that was just a, coming from a, that one was easy. That wasn't too bad.
Cool.
So I can't get. So I used the sum if function, and I can't get it to populate anything. It just has the hashtag value exclamation
Can
point.
you share your screen so we can see your formula?
Yeah, give me just a second. Let me.
Hey, Priscilla, by the way,
Hey.
over there being
Yeah, hey
quiet.
Yeah, because I'm like lost.
Yeah, we were just talking. This one kind of sucked a little bit.
I think the part that I'm really confused about is in the top half of the assignment, like I guess 1 and 2. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be doing 2 different tables because it tells you just because this example is provided in this mini project, you should not expect blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking, is that pretty much the table I'm supposed to use? Follow that?
Yes, you should have a month sales, a year-to-date sales, and an average unit price year-to-date. And then you'll end up copying those. And instead of doing it by sales rep, you'll do it by item. And that's like number 8 or 9.
Okay.
But exactly what they have in the example is how yours should be set up.
Okay, so I did that, but I wasn't sure if I was supposed to do something else before that.
Yeah, that sales rep table should be your first one.
Okay.
And then here, I mean, I can show you the
Tell me
layout.
again the what you showed me, the sales rep was the first table, and then I copy it because I've already made my tables.
Yeah. So here's mine, how I have mine set up. So you just have the month and the year up in the upper left-hand corner here. And then this first one is the sales rep group table.
Okay.
And then the second one is the same table, but just by product. Or same type of table, but by product.
Okay. The product.
And then you have a third table, which is just the overall. It's product, but it's overall product history, average unit price, and standard deviations.
Okay.
Hey, John,
but
do me
these
a
two,
favor and move that box out of your screen so I can see. Thank you. All right, so invoice download.
I guess what happens when I read these, and I think I told Casey this, is that it's just so much information that's not visual that I don't even know sometimes how to set it up.
Are you watching the video in the mini project?
I didn't this time.
It's actually pretty helpful.
Okay. Usually I'm like, they're talking about standards of professionalism, and he's got a kid's basketball hoop in his office.
All right, hold on. So I wanna let me dissect John's real quick. So the way you're doing the sum ifs is actually important, and your formula is written kind of backwards.
Okay.
So the way I did mine was I looked for the year first,
okay,
then the month, then the sales rep group. And you're starting with the sales rep group.
Yeah. Okay.
So go back to your formula and look at it. So invoice, and can you actually click up there? 2005. Okay, so where are you referencing the month? Doesn't look like you are.
Nope, I haven't. I couldn't even get it to do it with two values, so I was having.
Yeah, so delete out starting with the second invoice download. Delete all of that forward, and let's try it again. No, the second one. There you go. All right, so the first thing we have to look for is the year. So go ahead and select your year on the sheet.
Oh, on that.
Oh, sorry, you're right. The year here. Yep.
So why do you guys have 2015 and 2014?
It's just the one I chose at the time. I can change it later.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It should be a drop down.
Okay, that's all right.
So your month number.
I'm doing number.
Yep.
Not the month. Okay, that was another issue that I had then.
Oh yeah, they said to do as a number, not the
Hmm.
name of the month.
So how you're going to do this now is you need to go back, lock those cells, and put your comma in because you just changed the sheet.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to have to delete out that summary.
Mine year or month again.
Yep. Just click on where it says MO number.
Uh-huh.
Hit the down arrow once. And now you're back at the top. So shift control down arrow and it should highlight them all. There you go.
Can I ask you guys something?
Sure.
When I open up my file, I can't even see the invoice download. I guess the whole honesty warning is like completely covering my data. So it's like very difficult. I end up usually have to copy it.
We can look at that because technically everything you need here should be far enough over that it doesn't affect it. But so let me finish this formula real quick. So now what we have to do, if you go all the way to the right, the month lookup all the way to the top. So we have to convert, and this is where it kind of gets weird. We have to convert the month on the first page to the number using this table. So a VLOOKUP won't work because you have to go backwards. So your options are you could actually copy everything over into the right and make it simple, or you can do an index match. Index match is usually the easier way to go because it can look left. So you're familiar with how to do that?
I haven't done an index match before.
Okay, so go ahead and type out the word index. We're going to do a quick lesson on it. So open that up. So the first array that you're going to reference is where your answer is. So you're going to want to highlight 1 through 12 right there. So this is telling the formula, this is my answer somewhere in here. Now we need to tell it where to get its data. So now you're going to do a comma and the word match.
In parentheses or in quotes? Or just
match.
Okay.
And then there you go. And so the lookup value, we're going to go back to summary. We want to use this month in C7. And you want to lock that cell. The lookup array is going to be where it needs to find that, so do a comma. Go back to invoice download. And you want to highlight January through December. Lock that. And do a comma. And a 0 for an exact match. And then close your parentheses twice. And so what that whole index match is saying is find August in whatever row that is, in the 12th row, and return the equivalence and the numbers. So it's
Okay.
essentially a VLOOKUP, but it can go left or right, whereas VLOOKUP can only go right.
Okay.
So the lazier way to have done that would have been to use the VLOOKUP and just copied 1 through 12 over off and to the right, and you could have just told it to find the next cell over. But index match in the real business world is what you will use every time, I promise.
Okay.
All right, so now we have that part. So now it's looking up the month. So now let's finish our range 3 is we want to find the rep. So it's rep group. And just select on rep group again. Oh, that works too. You're already at the top. Shift Control down. And lock it. And go back to summary. And the rep group you're looking for is right there, B13. And now if you close that and hit enter, you still got a value. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. It's because your ranges aren't all the same. So see where you're starting at T6? You need to make that a T5. The R5 is good. AJ5 is good. AK5 is good. AC needs to be made into a 5. So all of your ranges have to be the exact same. So at the very end, AC6, change that to a 5.
Okay.
And now you should be able to drag that down. And then let me just double check that.
Broker.
Click on broker for me. Open up on the formula itself. All right, that looks good. So August of 2015. Let me just double check the numbers. Yep, $65, 9,000, and 0. That is correct.
Okay.
So that was where I bet you the value issues were coming into play. Is
Okay.
the different ranges.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So Priscilla, you want to share your screen and show us what you're working with?
I can't share my screen because I'm working on a cheap Windows computer.
Oh, that's
on
right.
my Mac, so.
All right. So for what I would recommend you doing is starting with Q4 and going all the way to AH down to 7035. I would copy everything in gray and move it to a new sheet. Just when you paste it, paste values
Okay, from Q.
to AH.
It's just like it's in the way. Like I can't even. I can barely even see what I'm copying and pasting. It's just frustrating.
Can you go down? Are you magnified too much down on the bottom here? On the bottom right, are you over 100%?
No, 85.
That's
you
what I'm
shrink it
using
down?
too.
Can you shrink it down more, and will that help?
It's the pop-up image is the issue, which shouldn't technically activate unless you scroll over it.
No, it's there all constantly.
Yeah, but something's weird with how she's set up.
Huh.
What you could do, Priscilla, is can you see the Q at the very top?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If I just if I port to the row or the column.
And just make sure when you go to a new sheet, Alt ESV to paste special values. Or just do the thing that says values.
But that's all I need is Q.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the rest?
Everything to the left is the actual data dump, and then they use formulas to format it for this project in Q to AH. And then there's the rep lookup, which is already accounted for in this, and the month lookup, which is accounted for. So if you did the index match thing I just had John do, you would just have to recreate the month lookup, but you could do it as a VLOOKUP if you created your own.
Okay.
As long as you can paste that out, you should be good.
Yeah, I did that. That helps.
Cool.
I just hate that I have to do that every time. It's just frustrating.
All right. Any other outstanding questions for 13? John, you got to start on it now.
Yeah, that should get me through pretty easily because, yeah, it's the same thing over and over again.
Beautiful.
Can I just take a peek at one of your sheets again, just so
Yeah.
I can? Do you have a summary page
Yep. Hold on.
or a sales? I have a sales rep table. I guess that's what I called it. Or do
Yeah,
I
the
have to have
sales
something
report
else?
is, it tells you to call it the summary page.
Okay.
Oops.
I love how they show you how to do a few little things in 20 minutes, and then they give you this giant data set.
Yeah, that's about right.
And then the exam. Oh, by the way, you haven't learned this, but you need to learn it in the middle of the exam.
Oh, yeah, the indicator.
Yeah.
So the exam's technically over, and we can talk about that now.
Yeah.
Hold on. I have it here somewhere.
Surprisingly, I got an A on that exam. I don't know how.
I think I got an A on this one too. Do any of you? I'm missing a grade for exam 2.
Yeah, I emailed her this morning about that. And she said she emailed me back and said expect it within the next couple days.
Yeah, because I thought it was weird that I got the grade for that. Like right away. Like
I don't have a mini project 10 either. Do you guys have mini project 10 graded?
No, that one's missing as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so this whole exam kind of irritated me. This one actually wasn't as bad as the last one, though.
Yeah, I didn't think it was as bad.
I don't know. It's not letting me.
I brought my grade up to an 80% with that exam.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yay. An 80.
All right, so you done looking at 13?
No, I don't see it. I don't see anyone's page up. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Here,
There
I'll
you
get
go.
you mine too.
Let's try that again. How about now?
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, it gives me like a little bit idea of like what I'm doing. So you have a summary. Okay.
So you'll build out this row first.
Yeah,
and then
I have
literally
that.
copy and paste
I
it.
got that. Okay.
And you'll just have to change. So from this one, you're looking at the sales rep group over here, the AC portion. And so you'll end up changing it from, instead of looking at the sales rep group, you'll look at the item. And then everything else should populate the same.
Okay.
So
that page is really all we're doing. Is that if I understand correctly, this summary page?
Yep.
Okay.
And then these are all tied to these two drop downs.
Yeah.
And then this is just the overall product summary where you're using all of the data regardless of what month. And those are actually significantly smaller formulas, as you can see,
Mm-hmm.
which is average unit price and the standard deviation of unit price, which you have to do is the array formulas.
Okay. I think I know I feel like I can do it now.
Cool.
Sometimes it's just really difficult for me to like put on paper what they're saying, you know, how to build my sheet to do. That's the hardest part for me, is to actually build the sheet to get going.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, so you guys are going to get a sneak peek at 14 real quick. So 14, yep. And actually I wanted to see yours because I saw yours and it actually looked like your first one was different than mine, Kevin.
The first graph table? Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure about format for all this stuff. So here, let me show you what I have.
Is this one going to be really difficult?
If you're used to pivot tables, it's actually really simple because you're just building the same pivot table in 6 different views.
Okay. I've never done a pivot table, so yay.
This one I had all the months on this one. You do all the months on this or no?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it just looks different. Oh, okay, so that's a big difference. I take out subtotals. Subtotals annoy me. So that's why mine looks so much smaller than yours.
Got it. Yeah, I just left whatever it defaulted to.
Yeah, okay. So that's the only difference. I live out of pivot tables, so mine are, I like to color code mine in green.
Yeah.
But this is pretty much what it looks like, guys. It's just pivot table after pivot table. Each one of these are the individual titles, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
It's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pivot tables and 1 graph.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not too bad. The pivot tables aren't bad, even if you don't. I mean, it's the instructions are pretty. It lays it out pretty clear, I think. So
the only thing I would recommend doing, in the instructions, it says you have to sort all of this data. Mm-hmm. I'd highly recommend using a formula to create a month value. And then when you sort, you can sort by the number.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, pretty simple. It's just changing January into a date and back into the month.
I think I'll just review this recording again when I get on there.
No problem.
That'll be enough for me to see.
Yeah, if you guys get stuck, you know, let me know. I'm pretty open this week, so.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
All right. Kevin, you got any questions on number 14?
No, I think that was pretty straightforward. It wasn't too bad.
All right. In case you're wondering how mine look different, just so you know, when you go to design here, you can take out subtotals or leave them in. I'm personally a fan of the tabular form, which is the one I use here. Mm-hmm. So you can see it looks a little bit different. To me, it's easier to read, but that's really the main difference. I would recommend adding some color, just something other than that ugly blue that they use as a default. So,
can I see your sales data sheet?
Sure.
Is that that's the given?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Right? So you have to format it. You will have to add, or it tells you have to sort everything. Mm-hmm. So what I did is I added this month value over here. Once you have it, you highlight everything and you do a custom sort.
Right.
And so it tells you have to do by month value first. then by the store, then by the inventory if
Mhm.
it's new or used, then by make, then by model.
Okay.
And then it tells you you have to do conditional formatting here, which is highlighting all of these and just using the standard
Mhm.
color scale, green being the highest, red being the lowest. I brightened up the color some, that's the only difference. Just
Okay.
because I hate their default colors.
That sounds reasonable. Thank you guys. I feel like you guys have given me a lot to work with.
Cool.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, we'll go ahead and call it here then. And like I said, if you guys get stuck, just let me know. I'm pretty
Right.
open the rest of the week.
Yeah, hey,
Thank
thanks for meeting tonight, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's nice to meet a little bit earlier than when it's due.
It's fair. That is fair. All right. Well, you guys have a good rest of your week.
You
Okay.
too. Thank
Are you guys
you.
going to email the link though?
Yeah,
From
I'm gonna
what
send
you
this. I'll send this link out too. I'd imagine probably Casey or one of the other ones will probably set one up for tomorrow with them.
Yeah.
I'd imagine one will set it up.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
probably hop on that one too, just to
Yeah.
work out any last minute problems.
Okay. Well, I'll send this out in a couple minutes.
Okay,
Sweet.
thanks for your help.
Thanks.
All right,
Bye.
guys. See ya.
Have a good night, guys.